Okay. Okay.
I kind of cheated, but I figured we would.
Like a speaker?
Yes. Go ahead, John. Go ahead. Bang the gavel and have everybody go.
Welcome to Toastmasters Evening Edition. I'd like to call this meeting to order. I would like to introduce our president. In fact, I will introduce our president, Dennis Barris.
Good. Before we get started, let's get right to our invitation. So, Joe, put your soda down. And as Joe walks up here, I want to thank Joe for making this happen and providing this place. Wonderful. Thank you very much. It's great.
All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. So tonight, we have a few guests. And so very quickly, I rise to point of personal privilege. Good man. Go ahead.
Can we eat that pizza or what?
Absolutely. Okay. I'll go ahead and announce that now. There's pizza provided by the club in the back. Feel free to get up and take a piece or two and drink.
Do it now?
Anytime. Except when I'm speaking. No, yeah, feel free at any time. That's what it's there for. Dixie Tub Thumpers would not know what to do if there wasn't food. All right. Let's go around and just introduce very briefly the guests that are with us tonight. Starting with over here.
My name is Jeff Sherman. I've enjoyed speaking all my life. I've been a member of this Toastmasters group. I'm not saying that I have in the past. I'm a strong leader in this. I'm excited tonight to listen to Tennessee and others. I'm here on his invitation, and I'm really proud to present this. I run Sherman Speak, a professional speaker, agency that I consult to private training.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
My name is Hannah Post, I'm from Texas. And it's my second time coming to Toastmasters. So I really enjoy it.
I didn't catch your first name?
Hannah.
Okay.
I'm Morally Newman. I chose life, and I've been once before, and just never managed to get myself started on Monday morning, so give me a shot.
And that's just one of the reasons we try it Monday nights, just to see if we couldn't get some folks involved that don't get to make it Monday night. I think it's okay. Jocelyn.
I'm Jocelyn Myers.
But you're not a guest.
Oh, is this?
You're a member.
I thought we were going around the room.
I was pointing at Trina here. Go ahead, Trina.
I'm Trina Christensen, and I'm Joe Davis' friend, and I've been to Toastmasters a time or two, and I was once a member many years ago, not this trip, and I'm happy to be here.
Well, good. We'll hope you come back. That's okay, Jocelyn. We're just We're always glad to meet you again. All right, a couple of announcements for those that are here. Well, everybody. Our speech contest this Monday at our regular meeting, 8 o'clock, or I'm sorry, September the 8th, 7 o'clock at the Wagon Wheel Restaurant. The topics are humorous speeches and tall tales. And we've got a pretty good lineup. We really do. I know Randy's involved, Don is involved. John, Thompson, Kelly, Cyril, we've got a lot of people competing in this contest, so it's going to be a very, very good contest. And the topics themselves, tall tales and humors, will lend itself to a great meeting. So bring your friends, bring yourselves, come and enjoy. I think we're gonna have a great time that day. Yeah, that's our speech contest, Monday, September the 8th. Another important, very important announcement. Dues renewal is in process, so please, between now and October 1st, if you can spare it, like $45, and give that check to John Thompson, who will make sure that you are signed up with both international and our local club. It's $36 for international, and $9 for the local club. And so we appreciate that if you do that between now and October 1st. And Jeff is more than welcome to come on back. Let's see, what else? Cyril, did you bring your cookie home with you? Good luck. That's English. I said your Wookiee Hummer do yours. That's not English. No, you're bronze.
You told me to.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I'll tell you what you do. Very good enough. Here's a piece of paper.
All right. What the heck? Okay, we'll do it officially. We wanted to recognize Cyril tonight because Cyril has just completed his Advanced Communicator Bronze.
All right.
When you join Toastmasters, there's a manual that you go through that has 10 speeches. And after you get those 10 speeches, you earn what's called the Competent Communicator. After that, you go through 2 more manuals of your choice, which again would be a total of 10 more speeches, and you earn your Advanced Communicator Bronze. So, again, congratulations. Yes, thank you. Thank you for this.
I'm just going to put it on your wall.
Yeah,
Bring the knife.
That is all the business that we have, that I have. Is there anything that anybody else needs to bring up? All right, with that then, I will go ahead and turn the time over to our Toastmaster tonight, Mr. Joel Croft.
What a fun place to be on a, what night is it?
Thursday.
Thursday. Where else would somebody want to be on a Thursday? Welcome to Toastmasters. This is our trial evening meeting because we've heard a lot of people don't like getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning. And so we thought this would be a good time to hold a meeting and we could bring our friends and our spouses, and my spouse at home. Not really. She's teaching a yoga class at this time, and I would normally be in that class. So I want to thank them for giving me this opportunity. Okay, we got Jeff. It's good to see you.
I was just thinking about your type story of the petroglyphs or whatever, your lake house story.
With the Indian handhold?
The unknown halt, and they were there when you reached.
That's right. Thank you. Hannah, welcome. And Laura? Is it Laura? Laura Lee. Oh, I got you, Laura Lee. So just like I said right there. And Trina, welcome. Good to have you with us tonight. Hope you enjoy it. Feel free to eat all the pizza you want. If you want to kick somebody out of their chair or move closer, feel free to do whatever you want to. We're very open and fun meeting. Okay, we're going to go right along. First of all, we introduce our joke master. The joke master, every meeting has to start off lighthearted. And we have a joke master. The joke master today is John Thompson. So with a round of applause, please welcome John Thompson.
Any of you ever been in the Midwest? I was at a diner in the Midwest one day, and I was sitting there minding my own business, eating my lunch. And I noticed in the booth there was a truck driver. You know, a truck driver. Kind of stupid, groundy looking, ball cap on, semi-rig outside. I could see it from where I was sitting, but we were sitting in the front of the building. And while he was sitting there, I hear this roar, and I see this group of motorcyclists roar in the parking lot. You know how they park their bikes? They all park them in a big long line in the back, park the curb. They all park their bikes and pulled up. They're not too on the handlebars. Walked in like they were looking for a fight.
and they spotted this poor truck driver. And they walked over, and a couple of them gathered around him, and one of them knocked the hat off his head, and another one grabbed some food off his plate, and just started razzing him, calling him names. One of them pushed the pulley aside, pushed him. One of the other guys grabbed his coffee and started drinking it. Then they just laughed and they walked to the back of the restaurant, sat down. The truck driver picked his hat up, paid his check, walked out. And I could hear them laughing out there. The waiter goes back there and they're laughing at this guy. And they say, you know, that guy wasn't much of a man, was he? I looked around and I said, you know, not much of a driver either. He just backed that semi over a whole line of motorcycles. I had an opportunity this past week to spend the weekend in Williams, Arizona, just outside Flagstaff. I saw that motorcycle gang. They park just like that. It is amazing. It's like it's something that they're trained when they buy a motorcycle, but if there's more than one, they have to park in that. Right? Amazing. Okay. Very good. Thank you, John Thompson. Now, part of Toastmasters is always learning a new word. And as a result of that, in order to do that, we have a grammarian. And the grammarian picks a word, and that word has to be used by everyone that participates in the meeting. Anybody that speaks has to use that word. And if they don't use the word, they give the Toastmaster $5. I raised it to help pay for last weekend. So there's a kitty we pass around, a little piggy, 25 cents if you don't use the word of the day. So that's the grammarian's responsibility, is to provide the word, and then he keeps track of who says the word, whether it's used correctly or incorrectly. So our first grammarian this evening is, for tonight's meeting, is Cyril Noble. Please welcome Cyril Noble, our new administrator Ron.
The grammarian's responsibility, but as you know, Joan Rivers died. One of Joan Rivers' jokes is a woman marries a 90-year-old man, he's a catch. And you don't get that, because when he dies, she's going to get all his money. That's the joke, and that's the meaning of the joke. Don't be ever against the jokes. It's not my jokes, it's Joan Rivers. It's the way I tell it. Genre is a word we've used in Toastmasters before, and I felt it's what I call a fancy. A word that the French use, and we stole some of those words. So it's a kind of, what it means is a kind of type of works, of literature, rights, art, etc. Theme, style, book, film, sort of something. And in a sentence it might go, it is said of paintings, there are many sorts of genres. For example, contemporary painting, primitive, computer images. This is an example of what we need to do now. From this point on, whenever we speak, we've got to use this word. So we have to put our thinking caps on as to how we're going to do it, especially the speakers. They really need to do it. It's a tradition of Toastmasters. I do want to say one extra thing for Jeff. Jeff, yes, I've seen you on television, and he is very good in his teaching, but he's a one-man teacher. He's over here, and he's over there, and he's touching this, and he's touching that. He's scared. He's scared. He needs an actor.
It's an athletic workout.
It's very fun, but he's very good, and I admire him. So there's your word for the day, for the evening.
Thank you, Cyril. I'm sitting there, the books work, Goose.
You gotta know how to use it.
Yeah, I can tell.
There you go.
That one. That's an awful one.
That's very
Huh? I had to go and do that. I've been watching it and I thought, is that just a clock or does that really work? It works. Okay. As I mentioned, I had a chance to spend some time, not spend time, but spend some time in Williams this last weekend. And I learned a lot about Route 66. So what I thought we'd do tonight is I thought in order to keep people coming to the evening meeting once a month, I have to bribe them. See, we can't do this on the early morning meeting because we're just having breakfast. We don't have pizza at 7 o'clock in the morning. We have good food, like rolls and donuts, and sweet rolls, and everything. So what I did is bought a box of candy bars and goodies. So in between the speakers as we go through the meeting, I'm going to ask some questions about Route 66. And if you know the answer, raise your hand and you can win a candy bar, or M&Ms, or a Twix bar, or M&M peanuts, or Milky Way. Okay? Yes? That's the wrong answer.
You said raise your hand. You can
No, you gotta raise your hand and answer the question. We'll do that after our first speaker, because our first speaker is anxiously awaiting. Clint Pope. No one loves to fiddle around more than Clint Pope. Having grown up competing in fiddle contests, Clint will share his talent tonight while informing you on competition and ballads found in one of the most famous fiddle songs in the world. His speech is from the Competent Communicator Manual. Time is 5 to 7 minutes, 6 to 8 minutes, 6 to 8 minutes. Speech number 8. Help me welcome with a round of applause, Clint Post. Clint. Give us a title.
The golden fiddle. The golden fiddle. Fiddle gold.
Fiddle gold.
There might be sin. I'll take your bag. You're going to read that. That's and quote. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters. Yes, Anna. Laura Lee and Karina. Welcome. I started playing the fiddle when I was 5. I grew up in Weezer, Idaho. If you've heard of Weezer, Idaho, John's laughing. Weezer, Idaho is the home of the National Old-Time Fiddle Contest. Over the years, I competed, judged, and ran fiddle contests, especially the one on Peach Days in America. Utah has me come up periodically to judge the contest, and that's pretty cool because the winners at the Utah State Fiddle Contest go on to compete in Weezer, qualifying for the National Old-Time Fiddling Championship. This is Mark O'Connor style, the best in the world. I get to sit there and take those on. It wasn't until recently that this was I went down to Georgia and asked myself, why did Johnny beat the devil? How did he keep his soul in that fiddle bowl? And so I applied that experience I had with the fiddle to the judge there. So tonight, you're going to learn and help me judge the devil and Johnny. In addition to that, I learned a value from the devil went down to Georgia that I'd like to share with you that's helped me. So a fiddle contest consists of fiddlers, judges, and backup. You got that? You're good. Backup is guitar players, the bass players, mandolin, banjo, they all work. but they can't play the tune that the fiddler plays. They can only strum chords. The judges can't see the fiddler or know who's playing. As a fiddler, I get up there and I play 3 songs in a round. It consists of a hoedown, which is a 2-step song. You'll recognize it from Boiling Cabbage and Turkey in the Straw. Then I play a waltz, Tennessee waltz, then a tune of choice. The tune of choice is those swing songs, In the Mood, Don't You Rag, or Rag, which is not always sweet. It gets you one thing. As a judge, I get earphones on, or at Utah, I actually sat below the stage. They're all gone for break. You tell this girl to I said, not right there. And then I listen to them play. I can't see them. They call him a contestant number 5 in the junior division, which would be your team, or the small fry, which would be below 5. I don't. They give you those divisions, that you don't. So like that, compete against guys for years. Then you can play your 3 songs. You have to play them in a row, and you have 4 minutes to get through them. Don't stress me over that. Because I'm being judged on 4 areas. Each song has 100 points spread across these 4 areas. By tone and clarity, which, if it sounds good, you can tell the difference between a little kid that's just barely got violin and his tone quality, and someone's been playing for years. Then I'm judged on my rhythm, the timing, which the guitar players typically keep people in beat. But if I flex, and I change, or go too fast or too slow, then I'm also judged on danceability. And that's actually where you feel the beat. That 2-step, or the waltz, and then the swing. The last area is actually at the genre of music. Old-time fiddling. And if my song doesn't fit in that genre, then I lose points. So we're going to take it up to the devil. He had it pretty lucky. He had his bass players, he had his electric guitar players, and then he comes in. I like what the bass players do. They get on there, they're... Yeah. But then the devil starts playing. That's it. Now remember these 4 areas. Rhythm, flexibility, full time. That was it. So, on the song. His tone quality. I'll be honest, it was better than a 3-year-old. I've heard a lot of 3-year-olds. I give him about a 20 on his song. Now, when we get into the rhythm and the timing, that bass player kept that really good. But because he had what's called a tremolo, like there was no real sense of timing. That little section, there was some there, so I give him about 10 points. Now, on danceability, did anybody, I didn't see any toes tapping. It's going to be a 0. You didn't tap your toes, you're not going to get points. Old-time style, there was really not much to rock music. That electric guitar. Got that. Johnny now. Have confidence for that one. Well, you're pretty good, old boy. Shut it up, son. So, how was his tone? And Johnny's good. Like he said, I'm the best I've ever been. Now, because I played, I'm going to give it a 24. His rhythm, definitely. You felt the beat. I heard the tapping at the end, which also played into the danceability. So he's up there, 24s. Again,
That's the old time style. Is there anyone in here who do not recognize us? Definitely makes you think of your grandparents or yourself, depending on where you fall in the birth rate. They qualified in old time style. So, he was up there in the 90s in the score. Devil won. Unfortunately, he had to give up his little goal, way to defeat the devil. I have to go back and the book is just one of those extensions not finding And then he walked away. Next time you listen to a fiddle song, listen to the song. Listen to the clarity. You can hear and feel the rhythm. There's actually an increase on that downbeat. You dance to it. Then it makes you think of grandparents or boiling cabbage and lift it up. Why was the devil in the predicament he was in? The devil went down to Georgia, looking for a soul to fill. And he's willing to make a deal. If the devil can't win when he procrastinates, Mr. Toast Christ. Very well done, Tim. Now, in front of you, those of you that are visitors, you have a little slip here, ballots and brief evaluation. It has on there first speaker, second speaker, third speaker. Please make your comments for the first speaker, Clint. Make notes, things that you liked about his speech. Because Toastmasters is all about improving yourself. And so it's very much appreciated. It's hard to give a speech and not get any feedback, isn't it, Clint? Absolutely. The feedback is very important. So please mark your ballots. While you're doing that, we'll have our first contest. Here we go. In San Bernardino, on Route 66 in 1945, the first A, Burger King, B, McDonald's, or the first C, Wendy's restaurant was located in San Bernardino, California. McDonald's. First McDonald's. Hamburgers were 25 cents. 15 cents. First one.
Oh, M&M peanuts.
M&M peanuts. Okay, question number 2. Everybody can participate except for Randy.
Yeah.
And the next prize is double.
Oh.
Okay. Just kidding. Route 66 is also known as the road to get your kicks. Route 66. It's also known as America's Highway, or it is also known as the Mother Road. You want to begin? Route 66 is known as Road to Get Your Kicks on Route 66. It's known as America's Highway, or is it known as the Mother Road? Go ahead, you can. No?
America's Highway.
The mother.
I know. Let's see. 1, 2. Route 66 is known as the Mother Road. I didn't know that until this weekend. I sent it out. I found out. I sent it out to my kids on. What do you do it on your phone? Text. Route text. I know how to do that. And I asked them what it, and one of my daughter-in-laws came back just like that. The Mother Road. I didn't know that. What do you want, Clint?
No, I want to know why it's called Mother Road.
That's what I want.
Media. That's the Mother of all roads. It is. It was the mother of all roads. The first. Okay, here we go. Second speaker of the evening is Joe Davis. Joe Davis is a DTM. Joe Davis is a seasoned Toastmaster. That means she's older than most. I had to do it. Right? Joe, that's what it says. Joe is a seasoned Toastmaster and working on her second DTM. She has held club officer positions and worked on the district level as well. Joe has belonged to 5 different clubs. What do you do? Just keep getting kicked out club after club? Okay. Has started 4 clubs and been a mentor to clubs as well as other Toastmasters. Toastmasters have given Joe the confidence to do things such as acting, excellent, she's very good at that, networking, and even accepting a position that she would have never attempted. Joe will be speaking from the storytelling manual, Let's Get Personal, Traveling with Mom. Time is 8 to 10 minutes. 8 to 10. Welcome, Joe Davis.
In the land, once upon a time, land was a cabin. There were 2 ladies, and 2 daughters. They went to have a fun. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, and my aunt, welcome. How many of you are going to go down? How many of you here have the opportunity to travel with their mother? Alright. These 2 ladies were retired, of course, and they loved to travel. This daughter had the greatest opportunity in the world, and that was to travel. Now, they have gone to China, they went to Beijing, the China Wall, the terracotta soldiers, China Bear, exhibit with the bears and Richard and taken care of. They got to see the good food as they went to Shanghai or Singapore. They saw the acrobat. So exciting and so much fun. And it was 17 days worth of excitement and fun. And then they also got to go to London for 15 days. Why, they went to London, to the British Isles, to North Ireland. Oh, wow. What an exciting trip that was. Wow, they had such a good time. And then they went up the coast of Maine and saw all kinds of colorful leaves in the fall up into Nova Scotia. And then to the Caribbean. So, on a cruise ship. They had plenty of time because both were retired, and they had money because they worked other nights and days. The only thing they didn't have was a spot. Both spouses chose to ride off into the sunset without them, leaving money and no companionship. So that's good stuff. Now, as you can tell by this little story, it is about my mom and me and our travels as we travel down our life and our road to happiness. So, let me tell you a little bit about my mother. My mother is 90. You say 90. Oh, let me tell you something about my 90-year-old mother. Now, she's not a usual mother of 90. This lady gets up, goes, and let me tell you, most of the time she does, right? At 88, the right knee went out. So she had a knee replacement. I told her she ever got the other one done, I was going to get it. Well, off she went again. But then, years later, the left knee went out. And we were scheduled to go on a cruise. Oh, guess what? She had knee replacement. She had 2 knee replacements. Now you say, well, she said, let me tell you, she said, she drives her own car still. She lives in the house alone. She does her own washing, her own ironing, her own cleaning, and her own gardening, and her own weeding. Oh, that's not. She's all of them. And let me tell you, she has an impressive average of 145 to 150. Pretty impressive. Oh, and then let's not forget the card playing. Yes, this silver-haired woman plays cards 3 days a week on her own, and she's a winner. She is an amazing woman, and that's a lot of fun. However, because she is so young acting, it sometimes poses a few problems. In the I'm not as young as I used to be physically area, let me tell you about this little fairy tale of traveling and what I have seen on the other side of my mother that no one would experience. You know, that side where Miss Personality takes over? Let me tell you a little bit about it. You see, we went to the Caribbean, and we're in this huge airport in Florida. Now, you know how big this airport is, right? And we are standing in line. And I have my trusty backpack on. Now, my mother has given me instructions, not in her quiet voice, mind you, about this backpack. You and that stupid old backpack. You know, you're going to bump you're not things all over. Do you realize how ridiculous that backpack is? But guess what? In this backpack is all of her stuff. Now, what she carries in her bag? Is a good book. I have the candy, the shoes, and everything that we might need in the backpack. As I'm telling her not to worry about this backpack, that it's going to be all right, I turned around, and as I turned, you all know I hit the blind thing, right? And the little thing goes, zip! And oh yeah, that's it. Yep. See, I told you that would happen. What did I say? As she swings like this, I said, some lady in my head with her. Well, I made it through that little, and then came the ticket. We finally made our way to the ticket line, and as I got to the ticket thing, like we all do, I picked up my ticket and I put it on, and then I put my hand in. I got my ticket and everything was great. Well, as I sit back in there, my mom said, John, yes, who's the handle? And I said, but Mom, you don't understand. It's easier for me to get my ticket and then I put the handle. I said, but Mom, well, Miss Personality kicked in, right? Miss Funny Thought and everybody. All right, I'll do it myself. Well, she did. She picked that baby up. She picked that baby up and she dropped it on that 70 pounds worth. Yep, I felt about this tall. But everybody said, now, she looked at her mother, and I said, oh, just give me a hole to crawl in. Well, we made it on the plane. Another experience was a detail that I have to tell you about my big personality mother is we went to London. I couldn't make money. Oh, we flew in and we had a great time. We did make it to the airport. I have to look for the handle. As we arrived, of course, we get on buses, and we have educators with us. Oh, that is ridiculous. We're on the bus, and the educators are telling us as we go to places we're going, like to castles and things, and who is there, why they built the castle, when it was built, what's in it, why they have it, and everything about this castle. Well, I'm just fascinated all in, taking notes like crazy. Really stuff. Well, my mom was listening, and she said, you want to see all? And I said, yeah, what's interesting? Yeah, look at me, Queen Elizabeth. She's so tough. So she wasn't in the castle, let me tell you. So anyway, the educator on this map said, you know, I want to divide the back in castle. We're going to have a contest and see what you learn today. So I was excited, but you know, I bet my mom was. And this personality arrived again. And what did she say? Oh my gosh, we're in high school again. So I'm not participating. So I was in my seat, I think, because I just slowly slithered like a little snake to the very bottom, and oh, nobody knew that anybody was sitting there. I was so excited. Needless to say, the contest went on without Mom. Now, some think, yeah, is this really fun? You really call this interesting traveling with your mom? Well, I'm here to tell you that I still travel with my mom. And you say, crazy. You want to go through all that? But let me tell you something. Paul Harvey once said, for every negative thing, there always becomes a positive. And I have never forgot that. Never forgot that. In everything that I do, but once I start to get on that little negative side, I start thinking about Paul Harvey. Like all good fairy tales, there are positive and good sides to that, and there was a positive to this. How many get to go one-on-one with their mom? I have 4 siblings, and I get to go with my mom one-on-one. She tells me about growing up. She tells me about her life story. She tells me when she met my father and what they did. Oh, and she tells me about the brothers and the sisters and the aunts and the uncles. And oh my gosh, I'm just writing a crazy history about my family. And I get it one-on-one with this silver-haired, wonderful, amazing person. I'm so sorry. Yes, I love travel with my mom. And I say to each and every one of you, if you get the opportunity to travel with your mother, your father, your grandmother, or whatever, take that opportunity. Write your own fairy tale. Because it's amazing. And yes, I will travel with my mom. And oh, by the way, you know that last sport that we go with all the time? They keep calling on me,
Thank you, Joe Davis. Now, if you take a moment and mark on your little paper there for Joe Davis, give us some comments, recommendations, things you like to speak. Question number 3. The numerical designation 66 was officially assigned to the A, New York, New York, B, Baltimore, Maryland, or C, Chicago, Illinois, Los Angeles route in the summer of 1926. Did Route 66 begin in New York, New York, B, Baltimore, Maryland, or C, Chicago, Illinois? Chicago, Illinois. Exactly right. Chicago, Illinois. What do you want? Have a quiz. Question 2. No, 3, 4. This is tough up here. Don't care about it. Pardon?
4 is the answer.
Oh, 4 is the answer.
Oh,
yes. Question 4. The A, Mustang, the B, Studebaker, or C, the Corvette, has become a Route 66 icon.
Corvette?
Corvette.
Ah!
Snickers?
Oh, my favorite one.
All right. All right, everybody. Now, our third speaker this evening, and I have to apologize, I called him up, but you need to understand, those of you that go to the morning meeting know James Gavin. He was scheduled to be our third speaker. He's an attorney here locally. But you need to understand, James is an older gentleman. James clerk, I think that's what they call him, clerk for Abraham Lincoln, for Abraham Lincoln. And so usually by this time of the night, James is retiring and going to bed. So that leaves us with 2 speakers. We need a timer report. I have a timer. Whoa!
So, 8 to 10 minutes, and you were 10 to
Whoa! One by 2 seconds and one by 7 seconds. So they both qualify, so please mark your ballot for the best speaker between Clint Post and Joe Davis. We're going to pass a little basket. We're going to hold that up. This is the official basket. Put your vote in there, and we'll pass those to our vote counter. Marjorie Lacey, beautifully filled in for us. Thank you, Marjorie. You got a timing report. Now, so you guess, this is the funnest part of Toastmasters. It is a great opportunity to learn how to speak impromptu, spontaneously. That's good. Extemporaneously. That's a good long word. Jason like that. Extemporaneously. So for that, we have a table topics master, and he's going to come up with questions he can ask whoever he wants. And then you talk for 2 to 3 minutes. You even have pizza in your mouth, and still speak. So your speech is for 2 to 3 minutes. Please welcome our table topics master this evening, Dennis Barrett. Dennis.
Knowing full well that Jesus is not going to be here, I gathered a There are lots of genres of speech. Take note, okay? I use the word. There's humorous. There is, there are, what else? All kinds. Serious, dramatic. And tonight, we're going to do the impromptu, spontaneous type of speech. So I've got questions, and typically we save these for the person that do not have assignments. And so Jocelyn does not have an assignment, so you're target tonight. No, she's not around. Oh no. Oh well, then let's get you up here right now first. Jocelyn, the first question is, what did you get into trouble for the most when you were young?
Topics that have been assigned. I don't know what I would say. Table topic master, fellow, yes. And guest, Lori, and Nina, and Hannah. The thing that I got in trouble the most for was hard to decide whether it was trying to do a fight with my sister or back talking, but I'm going to pick probably back talking, but it's this time. I got kicked out of my house for that very reason. Actually, both parents kicked me out. I got kicked out of my mom's house when I was 16. Because we were pranking my sister, and then my mom got mad at me, and then I moved her. So she picked me up, sent me to my dad's house. We lived here for about a year. And the same thing happened. We were pranking my stepbrother, and he got upset, and my parents got mad at me again, and I used some choice words, and my dad grabbed me by the collar and kicked me out the door in my pajamas in December. And on Sunday, and I walked to my mom, which is 2 miles away in my pajamas. There's just a short too, and no shoes. So yeah, that's what I got kicked out for. That's what I got in trouble the most for. I also got suspended when I was a senior in high school because the teacher, he was a coach, and he would always, the class was wild and rowdy, but he always got mad at me. And I was just like, why are you always getting mad at me? So one day, he got mad at me yet again. And I kind of turned my head, and I said some choice words, and I went like that, and then I got suspended. So yeah, definitely that would be one of them.
Very good. Good. All right. Now I think you're the only one that doesn't have assignments, so I'm going to pick some of our lesser. Kelly is actually an evaluator. So I'm not going to pick on Kelly because he is working on his evaluation. He's dying. So I'm going to pick on Marjorie because this is Marjorie's first time back from being away for the summer. So Marjorie, a little bit of self-analysis, if you will. If you are in denial about something, what would it be?
Is denial some type of genre? I'm not sure. What am I in denial on? I'm an excellent speaker, you know.
Good night.
Well, I hate to mention the age-old problem of women share, but I might definitely be in denial about my weight. I always like to say we weigh less than we do, and we do like to put that on the driver's license. What I really didn't like was when I go to the doctor's office and my husband's with me when I go, and then I have to get up. And he's right behind me, and he can see too. That's the only time he can see how much I weigh. So otherwise, I could keep at a deep, dark secret. Other than that, I'm completely in denial about my age, but I often get reminded about that just because of the physical activity that I used to do, and I can't do all the things that I did. I deny that I'm not as healthy as a 30-year-old or a 20-year-old, but we have aging history. Thank you.
Let's see.
I'm going to step outside the box a little bit. Invite Jeff back up. Jeff. I have a question for you.
Yes.
He's driving it as we speak.
What is the best excuse you have when pulled over for speeding? Jeff, fellow co-sponsor, an honor to I recall this very situation. I was 16 and I was cruising home after a movie with friends. I was pushing the border curfew, and therefore my speed was up. I saw a policeman. He flipped it. Just moments before I saw that policeman, there was a gentleman walking drunkenly, almost as though he had studied the genre of pain and wanted to experience. I'm out in the lane. And he was stammering. And I thought, somebody needs to get the police. I thought that. You got the rest of the story, don't you? Woo! Yes, Mr. Officer. Listen, I'm really excited to be here speaking with you. There's a gentleman down the road, and he's crazy and drunk, and he's out in the lane. One moment, please, while I check the registration. No, really! He is. I think you should do something about it. I've heard them all, young man. Goes to his car. Lucky for you, there's been a recording of some people walking in the street. I'm going to give you your driver's license. You have a good night. Stop speeding.
Let's see, John Thompson. We have a little bit more time? Yes. John Thompson, it wasn't enough that you told the joke tonight. It was a good joke, but it wasn't enough. Here you go, John. I need to know, if you had multiple personalities, what would they be?
Thank you, Mr. Dykemaster, fellow Toastmasters, and our guests, Anna, Laura Lee, Trina. Welcome, Laura. Pleasure to be here. I take it that was not a recent story because the answer called the young man.
Oh, yeah.
What would they be? I don't know. Well, think about it. The two of you shut up, sit down. I think one would be my police stuff. It was so many years. You can take the cop out, you can take the guy out of the department, but you can't get the department out of the cop, you know? So my first one might be that of officer, but I always try not to bring that home. So I always had to change that stage before I locked the door, met my wife and kids. So the second one would be father. husband, not the authoritarian, but the loving father husband. The next one probably would be student. I spent so many years in school. Still spending time in school. I'm teaching, but I'm still spending time in school. The next one would be writer. Very shy and tiring kids. Writers, if you don't know, is very solitary existence. I kind of hole up in my office and I type for hours a day. Sometimes I think, and I type some more. So I think if I had multiple personalities, I think I do have multiple personalities. Thank you.
All right, very good. We'll leave it at that, but let me ask for a timer's report.
For 3 minutes. Jocelyn, we're 204.
See that?
Okay. Marjorie, 120. And Jeff, 135. And John, 160.
All right, so all qualified, very good. And with that, I did not do a book report. So actually, I am going to do a book report. By golly.
By golly.
By golly, I am going to do a book report. John Thompson, as most of you may know by now, has written a book. He just published it within the last month. It's called Revelation. And it's written for teenagers, that genre. A good read. And a very good read for science fiction lovers. And I really did enjoy the book. Easy read, good read. So if you're looking for a good book, it is kind of, I guess there are some other topics out there similar, like the Island of Dr. Moreau, some little bit of X-Men kind of stuff in there. But I think that if you enjoy a science fiction book, you get a nice, easy read. And this one is for you, written by our local author, John Thompson. Again, it's under the name J.E. Thompson. Revelation by J.E. Thompson. On Amazon, you can get the digital download for $2.99. You can buy it through Amazon for $11.99. Or John will sell you an autograph copy for $15.99.
Very good, Dennis. Very well done. Great paper topic. Okay. Question, where are we at? Keep track. 5, 4, 5. 5. Question 5. Current maps do not include old Route 66. The last stretch of road disappeared from official maps in A, 1985, B, 1980, or C, 1994. The last stretch of road disappeared from the official maps in A, 1985, B, 1980, C, 1994.
1994.
Ring. Ring. All the hands. Huh? There are still, but they're not on the official map. They're not on the official map. What would you like?
Snickers.
Snickers! All right. All right, question number 5. I knew wrong.
6.
A.
It's the third time on 5, by the way.
What, pardon?
This is the third time on 5.
Third time's the charm.
There you go.
Right. A is Texas, B is California, and C is Arizona. Has the longest stretch of the historic highway still in use today.
Arizona.
Arizona! You didn't even have to do an A, B, or C. Quick's okay.
I knew that. Very cute.
Did you? That Route 66 is cool. Okay, here, I'll work on that. Here we go. The next part of the meeting. First, the basket. On your little slips of paper, there's a notation for the best table topics. Please mark your ballot for the best table topic speaker, and we'll pass that around in the basket. We'll pass the basket around. What are we going to do here?
You know, you are correct first off. We will pass them around in the basket as they're added.
As they're added, so they will be in the basket, and the basket will move with them inside.
Accurate as can be.
I didn't even know. After that genre joke. Where are we? Okay, I got it. I know where we are. Toastmaster introduces general evaluator. That's me. No, I'm the Toastmaster. The general evaluator this evening is none other but John C. Thompson. Is that right? Have I got that right? General evaluator. I got it. I'll have a sticker for that. What is that? Oh, no, John Thompson, CC. That stands for Confident Communicator.
Very generous. After the genre of effective meetings, thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. One of the reasons we join Toastmasters, one of the reasons we give speeches is to improve our speaking abilities. In order to do that, Toastmasters have established a system of evaluation for our speeches. Tonight, we have 2 evaluators. Each will be evaluating our speakers. And the first will be Randy Patterson, evaluating my host. Please help me welcome Randy Patterson.
Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, we're tickled that you're here. What did I like especially about his talk? I like the fact that we are a speaking group, and he did not give us a concert. Did you notice that? Sometimes when somebody has that type of prowess with an instrument, they are tempted to play it too much. None of his interludes were over 14 to 20 seconds. They just were there just to prove a point. He hit them very quickly, and they fit right in. It was very smooth. His purpose for the talk was to show us why Johnny won. And then he went into the explanation of a contest. Now, in that contest, he's obviously a master at that because he's asked to be a judge. But he told us the 4 genres of music that are expected. Does anybody remember what they are? Country, dance, rhythm, and sound, tonality. Thank you. And he did that very well. So he wasn't here to entertain you with the fiddle. And when you look at this project, being comfortable with visual aids, he did very well because it was not about the fiddle. The fiddle was an asset. It was a resource and a tool. One thing that I would suggest that you probably do is to speak a little louder and a little more bolder, as Johnny would. I'll tell you that. You're going to regret, because I'm the best it's ever been. Just a little more voice inflection. You got a little stoic. But all in all, it was excellent. He didn't overuse the instrument or the visual aid. He was right on target. He taught us a lot. I went away thinking, wow, that was entertaining, but I also learned something. And he accomplished the purpose, in my opinion, of what he was called to do, and that is to give us a nice speech, because we're a speech club, using a visual aid which he did very smoothly and very graciously. General White.
Especially for our guests, did you notice that Randy started out by telling him the things that he enjoyed about his speech? Then he gave him some suggestions for improvement. And he closed with an overall appreciation of the job that he did. That's the way to give a good evaluation. High points, suggestions for improvements, that kind of form. Our second evaluator tonight, evaluating our second speaker, Joe Davis, is Kelly Parker. Please help me welcome Kelly Parker.
Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and our guests, good to have them here this evening. How many could you here could relate when Joe was talking about travel? Did you notice, and now this is what I really like, how you got everybody's attention, and you had us participate by raising our hands. So you immediately got us into audience participation. Woke us up. Helped us to pay attention. Now your story is supposed to be a true story without notes. You did very well telling the story. You're supposed to have a climax. Build to a climax. Now, the only thing that I can say is I'm not sure that you built us up to a climax. You told us that we should travel, take the opportunity to travel with relatives. But I didn't feel an emotional attachment or a reason to do that. I loved your story, and I love your swinging around. You can just visualize, and your voice inflection is wonderful. How you were yelling in the airport. You know, you can see those things happening all the time and really relate. Nobody talks or gives a speech more enthusiastically than Joe does. I love her enthusiasm and her actions, her body language. She really gets into it, and you can visualize what she's talking about. It was an excellent job. Well done. Just to maybe give us some kind of an emotional reason why we want to travel. After all those experiences, I'm not sure I want to travel. Mr. General Evaluator.
Timer. Maybe we have a timer before.
Well, you were 2 minutes and 28. And Kelly, sorry, 30 seconds. So I think you were probably around not quite 2 minutes.
So both of them qualify?
Yeah.
If you will vote for an best evaluator on the ballot voting, and as the basket comes around, put them in the basket. Cyril, are you prepared with the grammarian's report?
Yes.
Would you please? Please help me welcome Cyril Noble, our grammarian.
Times 2. Very good. Dennis times 2. And RD, yes. Yes, that's that. And so, some of you spoke twice. And the first time you didn't do it, and then the second time you didn't happen. It's good. It makes you feel well. It went very well. There seems to be something different than everybody seems to say. No.
Thank you. One of the other jobs of general evaluator is to evaluate people's wrong meeting. Our word of the day today is John Mark. Thank you, Cyril. I appreciate your British humor. I can appreciate British humor. I always want to know if it's better. So I understand a lot of what I'm talking about. I thought this turned out very well for a first, as you described it, trying meeting. Or was it trial? Trial meeting, I'm sorry, trial meeting. I thought we had a really funny opening, the joke master. The Toastmaster explained the various parts of the meeting and the evaluation forms. We have some guests tonight,
themselves. Excellent that you did that, you didn't understand what's going on. Our Toastmasters and I use humor to lighten the meeting, keep it going, keep it entertaining. We also brought snacks, which is always good. When Clint spoke tonight, he combined speaking with musical skills in entertaining speech. As Randy pointed out, it was in fact a speech, not a performance. Joe's entertaining speech dramatized what could have been a mundane topic, less experience, less understanding. Going on a trip with her mother. I can maybe tell a stretch like a story like going on a trip with my mother, and after everybody woke up, we had to do something else. Our Toastmasters tonight filled in the gaps with fun, exciting facts as well as treats about Route 66. That's fun. Seeing all of this put together like this and seeing it succeed kind of emphasizes that it's not the location, it's the people that make an effective Toastmasters club. It brought people together in a totally different location at a different time of day, yet successful, exciting, it's fun. The topics master tonight called on the general evaluator, which is a faux pas, but quickly redeemed himself in a book report. We started on time. I have no idea what time it is. Are we ending on time? We're getting close. We're still good. So we're right within time. That is my evaluation for you. Very well done, Mr. General Evaluator John Thompson. Okay, Elvis Presley. You all know who Elvis is. Used the light staying at A, the Best Western Trade Wind, B, the Broken Heart Motel, C, the Blue Suede Shoe Hotel in Clinton, Oklahoma. A. Right. What do you want?
M&M.
M&M?
Peanut.
Gee, all right, let's go. In 1926, only 800 miles of Route 66 were paved. I got it. Only in A, 1940, B, 1937, or C, 1930 did Route 66 get paved end to end.
Oh, boy, yeah.
Well, you can fight over the candy.
40.
Bah. Here we go. Here we go. Next.
She said 37.
37, right on, Lori. What would you like?
Whatever.
Whatever? I don't have a whatever.
Surprise me.
Almost. Sorry.
I don't know.
Where are you going, Joe?
I didn't want to get it.
Here, I'll give you another one. Did Joe take that from you?
No, I don't want
Okay.
I quite reach.
All right. We got our tires report. Our report, Mr. Doug Sontek. We give our off counter for the night. Doug, please give us a report.
The Johnnies tonight were really good. The zeros had, I didn't hear any hums, although I think I had some people back here saying, come on, hum. But didn't have like 2 or 3 repeats. Clint had he said that's all I heard from Clint. Joe Davis had 2, Jocelyn had 2, Marjorie had 1, and Dennis had 2.
Dennis had 2.
Well, I was 2 pieces of them.
Thank you, Doug. Now, how are we coming on the counting, the votes? Did everybody turn in their vote? I know. Before we get to our vote, who won and who lost?
There are no losers. We are all winners. Good job.
We're all winners.
That's right.
But only some get a ribbon.
Well, we got ribbons for everybody tonight. Let's introduce our storyteller, Lori Blado. Please welcome Lori.
Hello, Toastmasters, and I'm Deb. I'm not sure what genre my story would be today, but I'm going to share with you a personal experience of a Southern girl being transformed into a great wife. My husband works in an IT type of job, but it's very specific niche. Periodically, he does have to go in physically to the office to do some overnight processes that can't be done remotely. This is one such night. In Minnesota, we're getting a very heavy, wet snow. The kind of snow they dub the heart attack snow, where the snowflakes make a big gratifying splat on your windshield. I decided I'm going to give him a break. I'm going to run the snow blower. I'm going to plow everything out before he gets home so I can just okay. I am apparently the only person in the entire state of Minnesota that can start a snow blower, but not keep it running. I look to my left, and there's rows and rows of people happily plowing along. I look to my right, and across the street, there's about 4 more people happily plowing along. I started, and I'm really proud of myself. I got it started. I've never used a snowblower in my life. I got it started. I made my first pass, second pass. I turned my third pass. I started. It's dead. I've officially sold it. I don't know if any of you have had an opportunity to use a snowblower. When the motor is dead and the assisted power is not working, they are a beast. I stagger steps this heavy monstrosity back into the garage, but I'm not going to give up. I'm determined. I'm going to clear the snow viciously, and it just I grab the trusty shovel. I finish shoveling the driveway, the path from the side of the garage to the back of the house, the back stoop, walk around the front, the stoop, there's a path to the sidewalk, with the sidewalk. I've even plowed out the hole from the snowbank that the plow so generously put back in place every time we plowed. I knew the second I came in, it was just going to get covered up, but I was still going to do it. Today, I did it. I just came back to the garage, shut the door, and oh, you gotta be kidding me. My keys are half locked in and half on the other side. I'm wet, I'm cold, I'm frustrated, I'm humiliated, and I'm debating with myself if it's worth knocking on the neighbor's door at 1 a.m. to get this spare key, or if I should just suck it up and wait another hour for him to get home. And I realized that, oh, at least it's the right keys on the side of the door, yes. Strip off the gloves, put them in my pocket, and proceed to take the key off the ring and drop it in the snow. Okay. So barehanded, gnome, I'm digging the snow, I get the key, I unlock the garage with the rest of my keys, make sure everything's on this side, relock it. The porch light had also burned out, so I'm like, I'm already wet, I'm already cold, I'm going to change the light bulb, and then I'm going in and done. I get the step stool, I'm short, even on my tiptoes on this step stool, which really wasn't a good idea on a slippery wet surface. Unscrew all the screws. You're not kidding me, seriously? The one thing that both of us failed to do when we painted was to remove the light fixture first. Now, when you get that much snow, it does create a lot of extra light. But not enough light that you can try to find the edge of the paint field to chip it away on a very precarious step stool on a wet and slippery surface. So I screw all the screws back in, acknowledge defeat, walk in the door, the phone's ringing off the hook. I think it's going, where have you been? I've been calling for over an hour. Well, I never see the whole story. his response, while I know it was intention and kindness, was, why didn't you wait till I got home? Feeling a little sensitive, I gave the only response, and I think they without reaching for the pinpoint to choke in. I'm making hot chocolate, I'm running a hot bath, I'll probably still be in the tub when you get back. Just trust me. Are we recording this?
Yes.
Could we put that part about Lori shoveling the walkway for her husband? Put that out on YouTube. As a suggestion, you know. It could be done.
So everyone knows this whole meeting is being broadcast live right now on YouTube. YouTube channel.
All right,
On our private section of our website, so you can get to it.
well, I think that's an excellent recommendation for Lori. I think all of us here should give her a round of applause. Okay. For our votes, do we have the best table topics? John. Best evaluator. Randy Thompson. He's not here tonight, Randy. Can you take that? Can you take it for Randy?
Yes, I will. For all the
And the best speaker of the evening is Clint. That concludes my portion of the Toastmasters. I would like you, I have to get off screen for this in case my wife sees it. She doesn't know I bought this box of candy bars, so you have to be gone before I get home. I don't want to sit at the minute market and eat 10 of these. So please feel free. Yes, Mr. Thompson. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I raised my hand.
Anybody that wants to meet me at the minute market, finish these off. I'll turn the time back over to Denver.
Two last quick reminders. Dues renewal, right, October 1st at 10. And our speech contest Monday morning, please be there. Need everybody to come and be an audience. John.
And you mentioned earlier you can bring a check. Much like politicians, I can accept cash.
Very good, yes. All right, keep speaking, keep progressing, because we don't want to be like they say that some people actually like travels faster than sound. That's why some people hear quiet if they hear us.